Hey everybody, welcome to NoDQ&A video right here on youtube.com/NoDQCW, and as always, NoDQ.com. Today is a very special edition of NoDQ&A video, not just because it's episode 175, but also because it's exactly 1 year to the day that I first started NoDQ&A video, back on August 16th, 2011. That's when I uploaded the first NoDQ&A video, the frequently asked questions, and haven't looked back since. It's been 175 episodes. Been a lot of fun, and I owe it all to you guys. You guys have been very supportive, not just of NoDQ&A video, but NoDQ&A, the tech series, and going back before that with other projects on NoDQ.com, Talk Wrestling, XMV, NoDQ&CAW, the Fantasy League, and just everything else that's been going on NoDQ.com over the years. And going back before that, you had the Mayhem.com and you had WWF-WCW.com back in the late 90s. So you guys have stuck with me since the beginning. So for all you out there that have been supporting the website all these years, I say thank you very much, and thank you to everyone supporting it now. With that being said, let's get right down to your questions. This is from CenaFan456. Probably not the most popular person on the IWC, but nonetheless, I just found out that WWE is teaming up with Warner Brothers Studios to produce a Scooby-Doo movie featuring some of the WWE superstars and divas. Could we possibly see WWE produce any other animated movies with Warner Brothers in the future? I definitely see it as a possibility. I think this is perhaps just the beginning for WWE in terms of expanding into another market and being able to work with a studio like Warner Brothers. This is one of the ways that WWE benefits from being PG. Something like this would have not been possible 10 years ago, but now that they've toned down their product, they're able to work with Warner Brothers and do an animated feature like this and have this promotional tie-in for WrestleMania 29. So this could be very beneficial for them, and for those of you wanting them to go back to TV 14, it's just not going to happen anytime soon, and this is one of the reasons why. This is something that could be very good for them. This is from AJ Woody 88. What are your thoughts on the Jeff Hardy stairwell attack prior to Survivor Series 2008, and why was it voted the most disgusting promotional tactic of the year by one Wrestling Observer? I think that it was too similar to the incident with Brian Pillman. You know, Brian Pillman died in 1997. He was found dead in his hotel room just hours before the Bad Blood pay-per-view. So when Survivor Series 2008 came along and they announced early before the show, a few hours before the show, that Jeff Hardy was found unconscious in a hotel room stairwell, it was just too similar to real life, and that's why people think it's in bad taste. I wasn't offended so much for that as I was the fact that we ended up having Triple H versus Kozlov in a singles match, and man, that was one of the worst WWE title matches on pay-per-view that I could ever remember. It was just, oh man, very brutal to watch. So that's why I was pissed off, personally. What do you think of Randy Orton not working Summerslam? I don't get it. I mean, I'm guessing WWE is still upset about Randy Orton and the whole suspension, so they decided to just leave him out off the SummerSlam card. If it was me, I would have found a way to put him on the show. Obviously, you have a triple threat match already, so putting Orton in the match with Sheamus and Alberto Del Rio wouldn't make a whole lot of sense. But if it was me, I would have just thrown Randy Orton in the WWE title match. I mean, he's not going to win, but it doesn't matter to me if it's a triple threat match or a fatal four-way match. It's all the same, but if you add, at least you're adding Orton into the mix. So I would have done that. Perhaps he'll still be involved at SummerSlam in one way or another. Maybe he'll come out and RKO somebody. I could very well see that happening. But yeah, it is strange that they would not include him on the card in some capacity. This is from Mr. SEPPEV. Hey Aaron, what do you think about the rant of Kurt Angle on Twitter about CM Punk? I chalk it up to Kurt Angle just being Kurt Angle. I think that Kurt Angle needs to stay off Twitter a little bit. I think he goes on there and he starts rambling, and he doesn't do himself any favors when he goes on there and talks about CM Punk and just runs his mouth about various things. I think that he needs to have a little bit of discretion, personally. He needs to have somebody that's managing his social media presence and telling him what he should say and what he shouldn't say. That's what I think. And there's really no need to mention CM Punk unless you're going back to WWE. Mentioning CM Punk just makes you look second rate, and I think it would have been best just ignoring CM Punk's comments. CM Punk commented how he felt TNA was an indie fed, and Kurt Angle took offense to that. He should have just ignored it. It's my personal opinion. This is from Raheem Spence 2. Hey Aaron, now that Randy Orton is back, where is that big heel turn or push he's supposed to get? And what is he? And when he does turn heel, who do you think he'll feud with, and which championship will he have around his waist? Please answer in video. First of all, I don't see Randy Orton winning the World Championship or WWE Championship anytime soon. Just because he's got the 2 strikes now. I mean, WWE did put the world title on Jeff Hardy when he had 2 strikes. So, I mean, it is possible, but I think right now WWE is going to stick with Sheamus, and if Sheamus does lose the title, I mean, Alberto could get it for a short time, but I think it's more likely that Dolph Ziggler will cash it in on Sheamus at some point, and those two will feud. I think Randy Orton will still be a focal point on SmackDown and on Raw. He'll still be in key matches. He'll probably still be in world title matches, but I just don't see him winning the title again anytime soon. He'll have to stay healthy and not have any problems, and then perhaps at that point WWE will reconsider. But you never know. If Sheamus gets hurt, he goes down with an injury, things could change in a heartbeat, and Randy Orton could be right back in the title picture. As far as a heel turn goes, I think that's the best way to go. I know Orton prefers to be a heel, and have him feud with Sheamus as a heel. I think that would be a good idea, so we'll see what happens. Do you think there could ever be a point where WWE does away with the Divas division and title like they did with the Cruiserweights? This is from Hut Cool. It's funny you bring this up because there's actually the rumors going around right now that Triple H is considering downplaying the Divas division and possibly even getting rid of it at some point. He's just not a big fan of the Divas division, and he does want to put more of an emphasis on the tag team division. The thing about the Divas division is that it comes and goes. It was going good for a while in the 80s with Fabulous Moolah and Wendy Richter, and then Sherry Martel, and then it kind of just faded out for a while. Then they brought it back in the mid-90s with Medusa and Bull Nakano and all them. And then when Medusa went to WCW and threw the women's title in the trash, that was the end of the Divas division again for a while. And then they brought it back 98, 99 with Sable, and from that point on, the Divas division's always been a mainstay in WWE. So I don't know if they're going to get rid of it or not. I mean, like I mentioned in the previous video, I think that if you're going to have a Divas division and you're going to be PG, then you should really bring in women that can work at a quality level. So hopefully if they do keep the Divas division, bring back people like Karma, bring in some women from the independent scene, and focus more on that and focus less on bringing in swimsuit models and trying to turn them into wrestlers. Just my opinion. Hey Aaron, please answer on video. Do you see The Rock making an appearance on SmackDown? Don't think so. I think that from this point on, we'll be seeing The Rock strictly on Raw. They want to draw on the ratings, and when The Rock does appear, it's a special appearance. So there's really no point in putting him on SmackDown. I could see him coming on SmackDown for a milestone show whenever they do an anniversary for SmackDown. I could see The Rock appearing on that show, but besides that, I just don't see it happening. Do you think the CM Punk heel turn is succeeding? He never talks against the fans, and he still gets huge pops. It seems to me that he's still just the voice of the voiceless who just happened to attack The Rock. Your thoughts? Well, in the case of The Rock, I wouldn't call him the voice of the voiceless because The Rock is The Rock. He's the most electrifying man in sports entertainment. He's the top babyface. So what CM Punk did was he attacked The Rock. He blindsided him. That's something a heel does. What's going on right now is they're doing a slow turn with him. They're not completely turning him 100% just yet. And as I mentioned before, going into SummerSlam, I like the dynamic they're doing with John Cena as the babyface, Big Show's the heel, and then CM Punk somewhere in the middle. I think after SummerSlam, CM Punk will move more solidly into the direction of a heel. That's just how I see things going at this point. And going into SummerSlam, there's really no point for him to go full-fledged heel just yet. That'll wrap it up for episode 175 of No DQ&A Video. Thanks as always for watching. Subscribe, youtube.com/NoDQCAW. Follow me on Twitter, twitter.com/NoDQDOTCOM. I'll be tweeting about SummerSlam this Sunday. I'll be there at Staples Center on location, so check that out. Facebook.com/NoDQDOTCOM is the official NoDQ Facebook. My personal Facebook is Facebook.com/AaronRift. So check all those pages out, and I'll see you next time for No DQ&A Video.
My name is Edgebear, and I am a YouTube shooter. I am here to tell it like it is, and I have some things to say about the following people. Randy Orton, stop being so boring. Sheamus, get a tan. Vince McMahon, stop mocking Jim Ross. WWE, stop being PG. John Cena, turn heel already. Daniel Bryan, never stop being awesome. You are the best in the world, and you should be WWE Champion for life, because you are the best worker I've ever seen. That's all for now. Edgebear signing off. To hell with sports entertainment. Give me my professional wrestling, damn it.